LeBron want out after the season?
You talk about a dude that is playing hard, is going all out, and producing digits. 29, 6, and 7? I mean, that's what he's averaging on 51.9% shooting, on nearly 35% shooting from three-point range at age 37 in his 19th season, half the time without Anthony Davis.
Here's another point I want to make. If LeBron's not committed, guess what happens? You can't recruit players to come run with you.
And I think the oak tree that is LeBron James will be uprooted and will be replanted elsewhere, maybe by next year.
There will be drama hovering over this organization if he becomes, the potential of becoming a free agent next year.
But the Lakers are a different animal with championship expectations every year that this team hasn't come close to living up to. And a lot of people point at him. So I just wish he'd guard himself because he'll end up getting criticized for it when it's not deserved, because I know he didn't mean anything by it. But just be careful with that.
With all the drama the Lakers have gone through this past season, it's no surprise that a guy like LeBron James may be rethinking his career with the Lakers. And who can blame him? With the additions of Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis on the team, the Lakers really shot themselves in the foot, betting their whole future and team depth in order to win now, only to see that all these pieces don't really mesh well with each other. And don't get it twisted, things did look good to be working back in 2020 when the Lakers legitimately won it all in the bubble. But ever since that championship, the Lakers have been hitting some bumpy roads that have made their past 2 seasons look like something straight out of a nightmare. With a player like AD suffering from injury after injury, and a guy like Westbrook will...
Bruh, look at this dude. Wait till you see the... No. Look at the top of his head.
Yeah, it isn't pretty. And I wish I could say that things will get better this season with the hiring of Darvin Ham and the addition of these new young players ready to prove themselves in the league, but unfortunately, that's not the case. With LeBron still holding out to sign his potential $97.1 million extension, things have looked to indicate that the Lakers leader may want out of LA sooner than later. So what's next? Well, that depends on LeBron and what he decides to do, because let's face it, if any other player that's not named LeBron James was in the same situation as him, they're more than likely on the verge of heading out the league rather than looking for another max contract extension. But of course, this isn't the case with LeBron, who for the most part has been a phenom on every single team he's played with, and at the age of 37, I could still see all 30 teams fighting for his signature. But at the end of the day, it's LeBron's decision. The rest of us can only just speculate. But if you ask me, the ideal situation for LeBron would be to stay in LA, because not only can the Lakers offer him the most money, but everything LeBron does besides basketball is here in LA. His production team and his other business ventures all reside here in Los Angeles. Not to mention, his family is quite comfortable living here in Southern California. And I know that LeBron has said that he wants to play with his son Bronny in the NBA, but that dream is still 2 years away from being a reality. So LeBron just re-signing for just 1 year after this season seems to be more probable than unlikely. But again, I'm not LeBron. For all I know, dude could force his way out of LA and join some other team before he joins forces with his son. Cause after all, LeBron's not getting any younger. He knows his window is closing and these final years count a lot, so to waste them with a mess of a team they have in LA may not be the best situation for him. And I know many of you watching this video are probably thinking, if LeBron is still as good as you say he is, why doesn't he just stay with the Lakers and compete for titles there? Well, he could, there's only just one problem with that. The Lakers don't seem to have the best well-run franchise in the league. With the Lakers not having any first-round picks until 2026, they have no choice but to build their team through free agents and trades for the next coming 3 years, which doesn't sound all that bad. But you need to understand something, the Lakers don't have tradable assets. Besides their 2026 and 2027 first-round picks, they pretty much traded all their remaining assets on Russell Westbrook, who unfortunately is taking the majority of the remaining salary, making it difficult for them to sign good role players. And yes, Westbrook's contract is up next season, but keeping him on the Lakers roster just wastes a whole year for LeBron. And let's face it, LeBron isn't getting any younger, and God only knows how much longer he can continue to play at a superstar level. And I wish I could say that AD will finally step up and be the main guy on the team, But unfortunately for the Lakers, that's not the case. Dude has just been haunted by injuries, to the point where most Laker fans don't even see him as a full-time player anymore, which is quite sad to see, knowing that AD has the skills and built of being the main guy on any team. So where does LeBron go from here? Well, unless Westbrook is willing to cooperate and play his role on the team, I don't see the Lakers doing much this season, which sucks for LeBron, but hey, what are you gonna do? But if LeBron did have the chance to lead the Lakers and join a different team, what team would he join? Well, as we've discussed before, all 30 teams in the NBA would be happy to have LeBron on their roster. But if we were to talk hypothetical, there are really only 4 teams I believe LeBron would be interested in joining. And those teams are the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Phoenix Suns, and whatever team Bronny joins in 2024. Going in order, let's start with the possible homecoming reunion, the Cleveland Cavaliers, where LeBron started out his basketball journey back in 2003. Since LeBron's departure back in 2018, the Cavs were able to stack up and add some promising young talent to their team. From all-star guard Darius Garland to their athletic perimeter defender Jarrett Allen, the Cavs have created a team that can easily compete for a championship if LeBron decides to join. Next up, we have the Suns, the team that's pretty much one piece away from winning it all. And what better player to fit that piece than LeBron James? And I know there's a lot of people out there saying, no way, there is no chance LeBron joins the Suns, but I even mentioned them. Well, let me tell you why the Suns are a potential destination for LeBron. Not only do they have the perfect team for him, they have a guy named Chris Paul, who is one of LeBron's best friends in the league. And if you know LeBron, he has said that he's always desired to play with his friends Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony, and Chris Paul on the same team. He's already played with Wade in Miami, and he's already played with Melo in Los Angeles. The last guy left in his list is Chris Paul, and I can honestly see these two guys joining forces, so don't count the Suns out just yet. Next up, we have the Lakers, the team that's pretty much in shambles this year, unless Rob Pelinka is able to do some magical moves and trade Russell Westbrook's contract for Kyrie. But I really don't see that happening, unless the Lakers give up 2 first-round picks, or if KD actually gets traded and the Nets will be willing to take a smaller offer on Kyrie. But again, I don't see any of these things happening, and hey, who knows, maybe this year Westbrook will surprise us and be that superstar player we all know he can be. And the last team that has a chance to land LeBron is the team that drafts Bronny. As we've discussed before, LeBron has said that he plans on playing with Bronny at least 1 year before he retires, and as LeBron puts it, my last year will be played with my son. Wherever Bronny's at, that's where I'll be. I would do whatever it takes to play with my son 1 year. At that point, it's not about the money. It would undoubtedly be an amazing sight to see, LeBron playing his last season with his son by his side. So yeah, whatever team gets the chance to draft Bronny will have the unbelievable bonus of picking up LeBron James as well. Well guys, that's my video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, don't forget to drop a like down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Yo, wait up for a bit. Looks like LeBron just made his decision. Damn, I guess he's staying in LA after all. Well, I guess this video was made for a waste, but it don't matter though. We'll see you guys here on the next one. Peace.